Hello everyone, this is Cresso, and this clip is about celebrity. This paradigm of celebrity has many different faces. Let's just put it this way. Or I could say many different layers of this particular paradigm. And I'm gonna really break them down as each one as clearly and simple as possible. Growing up and and seeing things on TV and going to the supermarket and looking at the magazines on the aisle, the checkout aisle, TV guide, and all those things, right? I question a lot of things, people give other people, or as basically in a particular profession, let's say for example as an actor, give them basically so much props for basically just a name, or maybe a particular skill, maybe good acting. I'm just using actors for example, or it could be singers, and you got the fans. The fans adore whether they're a singer or actor or an athlete. But when I started realizing a pattern about celebrities, and to me, I think where it all starts from, I believe it starts from in high school or any type of schooling. And I kind of realized this maybe a couple of years after I graduated high school. I started noticing some connection with certain things. People, how they act towards one another. And looking back in my high school days, I see people, other students basically, other kids kind of look at other kids a certain way based on popularity. Who's going out with who, or let's say at a prom dance, or who's the class president, or or it could be an athlete, the star of the team or the school, whatever, right? And everybody knows you. You got other students love you, and then you got other students hate you. Okay? Combination of those things. And when I realized that, I say, wow, it's kind of the same thing when we carry out in our adult life in terms of actors and athletes and singers. Just about the same thing, but a much more larger scale. Now, I'm going to talk about these different points here, just different sides of this paradigm of celebrity. Okay. Here's one. One of them is, I'll start off with this. You got the fans that basically worship a particular person, either worship or go ballistic by getting a autograph or doing all kinds of things just to get that. Or you got people put people in a small network of people on a pedestal, prop them up so much that you basically lower yourself. And this is something that you're gonna have to see this for yourself. But this is what I was analyzing this for a long time, and I read up on what people write to each other or what they express and everything, and people adore celebrities so much. And it's just about being known. It's about who has the hottest stuff, whatever, and people cling on to that, or the things that somebody that's in a certain position in life that express certain views about the world and everything, and let's just say the person, the celebrity, people just suddenly, they got their attention. Wow, that's so brilliant. That's just great. Or you got, I used to say this to myself a while ago, and I question this. You got women, you got some of the women that love guys, let's say a brawny looking dude, right? He's an actor. And women just go crazy for him. But I remember I asked this question, and I asked people, and I never really get a straight answer. But this is something that on this particular part, I wonder that, will these women that go crazy for this guy, okay, the question is, will she love him or go crazy over this person if he worked in, let's just say, McDonald's or a supermarket? You know, you ask yourself, it's like, probably not. You probably won't even notice him. Why? Well, that's a good question. Why won't you notice this person? Why will you notice this person? Why? Because he's in a big screen. I mean, not that the person, the brawny looking dude, not that he's, you know, let's just say he doesn't put himself in a bubble or hide himself. He's interacting with people. I mean, he has a few friends or a lot of friends, but he doesn't get that same type of attention. And this goes deeper psychologically about how people sweat other people so much in a certain way. It really goes deeper, okay? And it took me a while to really understood this a lot more than before. The same thing for women. There's women on the big screen, and guys just suddenly wow, just drool. But then I have to say, guys, a little bit different. It's a little bit different for the guys seeing the women. You know, you got guys wowing women. Doesn't matter if she's a celebrity or not. Just being honest, guys, that's just the truth. But for some reason, for a guy that's, let's just say an example, brawny, muscular, whatever, and he's on the big screen, you know, I'm gonna mention a name. I really don't like to mention names. Let's just say Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is not a brawny guy. He's a short guy. He's like 5', maybe 5'7". And growing up, you know, watching Top Gun, and Top Gun was the hottest movie at the time, women just go crazy over him. But, you know, again, like I say, put him in another position. Put him in the office. Will you go crazy over him if he worked in the office? He's the guy in the cubicle right next to you. Will you drool over him? Will you ask for his autograph? These are the things, it's something that I'm throwing this out there because I want you to really think this for yourself, because I haven't heard anybody that address these things the way I do it. And if anybody has, great. But I just felt like I created this clip to break it down about the celebrity paradigm, that how we make a decision for it to have a hold over us. And this is not anything about a victim, it's that we make a choice, how we go about, you know, how we carry ourselves and how we see other people, and how we, again, ultimately how we feel about ourselves. That's ultimately. So the thing is that will you treat the person the same way if he was in a different position? Let's just say the regular, like basically an ordinary regular person. I like how the media through the years, I used to kind of crack up over the years that the media always kind of describes people that's not on the spotlight, regular, ordinary people. Oh, let's just get this. You remember if you heard this? Oh, he's a nobody. What the heck does that mean? He's or she's a nobody. Wow. So basically, if you're not in the big screen, or if you're not batting 1,000 at Yankee Stadium, or if you're not so-and-so, you're just a nobody. You see the paradigm that we create, okay? That's just one of the sides of this paradigm. And if you're asking me why I say that we create this paradigm, I will get to that very shortly. So we prop people up so much. I already covered that. We prop people up so much. Basically, we put people on a pedestal. We put them way up there, and so much that we put ourselves below. Psychological. You may not say, oh, well, you may not, most of you may not say, she or he the winner, okay, because your own pride won't basically be openly to say that. You just basically, you just do or feel a certain way. And I know people that's listening to this know exactly what I'm talking about. You may not admit it, again, that he or she is better than you, but deep down psychologically, you are putting that person way above yourself. So you got that side of the paradigm. Then you got the other side. You got the other side that you see somebody on TV, right? Let's just say so-and-so, it's in the, some actor or somebody became famous, right? They became famous because they done something controversial, right? And they somehow ended up in a reality show. Instant hit. A big hit, right? But the story is that this person done something like crazy that you just heavily criticize. Like, I wouldn't do something like that. But the person became famous, right? And again, he or she has his own reality show. Tabloids talking about this person over and over and over about any little thing what this person does. Okay? Then it goes in the night show, the late night show. People joke about this particular person, right? It continues, right? Then this person becomes such an image of a, let's just say, a target practice. And you start, everybody, you read a paper, you see the tabloid magazines in a supermarket aisle, right? You talk to your friends, your coworker, and you say, man, who the heck is this person? How the hell this person got all this money, got his own show, and did all that? What the heck? I can't believe this. Who did this person think she or he is? And blah, blah, blah. And you all know what I'm talking about. You all know. I don't want to give names about the list of people, but again, you know what I'm talking about. And you sit there and you, let's say you got a blog. You see a blog on the internet that's basically talking about this person that is set up out there just to basically target this person. Okay? The person that knows that he or she is not well liked it, but still a celebrity, still basically getting propped up in another way, loves it, ratings goes up, people can't stand me, I love it. It's kind of weird and twisted, huh? But then a lot of us will talk about this person so much that we basically, you are still lowering yourself. And if you're asking this question, well, how am I still lowering myself if I'm criticizing this person that this person is an idiot, how this person got famous and making all this money? You want to know why you lower yourself? It's because number one, ask yourself this question. Are you happy? Are you happy with your life? Number two, are you doing the things you enjoy doing? And what I mean is that everything that, let's just say, your highest joy. You know, you got a list of things that you want to do or you always wanted to do in life, and you're not doing it, huh? Are you actually going to do it, or when? Or are you doing it now? You don't like this person because this person is making a lot of money, right? Just because they just done something crazy and they became an instant hit of famous. Who's stopping you from making money? If you want to do something outrageous to become a celebrity, then do it. Why are you spending your energy, your own moment in your life, basically trashing somebody else? Because why? Because they became a big hit and they got their own reality show and da-da-da. I mean, really, where is that taking you? You know, and the reason why I'm saying this because, you know, over the years, I used to read up on a lot of posted forums, and I see people insult one another. Let's say somebody's a fan of that person that's on TV that's not well liked, but then somebody else voice out their feelings about this person's an idiot, he's a loser. And then you have other people say, oh man, shut up, you're just jealous. You're just jealous because he or she got all that money. And I'm looking at all this. It's a pattern. It's a pattern that's been going on for a long time. It's like, you know, it's like so many of us created this arena of like, it's like a dead end. What are you doing? Again, where are you taking yourself? You spent all this time, again, hating on somebody, and yet you're not happy. You're not doing the things you love to do. You feel so low of yourself, yet because you feel so low of yourself, and because somebody, you know, in their own given right, they align themselves to be successful. No matter what it is, the person is successful. Yet, you can't stand that person. Why? Because you align yourself to fail. It's so easy to sit there and point at somebody, this and that. Yeah, it's so easy. Yeah, the tabloid's going to constantly talk about that person. You know why the tabloid's going to constantly talk about that person? Because, you see, it's basically how you feel about yourself. You know why the tabloids talk and knock things down? Like pick up a storyline and try to knock this person down? It's all connected right to you. It's how you feel. Think about it. It's how you feel about yourself. Otherwise, these things won't have any significance. A person does what he does, and that's it. You know, life moves on. You know, the person's making money, got his own show, whatever. Okay, great. Now I'm going to explain number 3. Other side. There's many different angles to this paradigm of celebrity. Let's just say you become the famous person, right? People love you, and there's some people don't like you, right? Your attitude, your demeanor, how you feel inside. You, deep down inside, okay, people go about in a certain way when they get attention. They feel like they're all the way up there, right? And then the other person's down there. And you go about it, you basically feel like I am important. And those are good quality, feeling like you are important. There's a twist to that. See, there's another type of energy that you put into that when you feel like you're important. When you, let's just put it this way, you're successful, you're making all this money, you got all these fans, but then you try to make it like what you do, you try to put people like they're just like rose petals, you know, like that movie Coming to America, rose petal. And you just basically, you're so famous that you just basically stepping on people. Not physically, but you know what I'm talking about. If you remember this movie Coming to America, the rose petal. So I'm using that analogy. That somebody with royalties and this particular, that's observing this particular paradigm, seeing people beneath them. That's a very negative, it's a very limited paradigm. But when you basically decide to think that you are better than somebody and you think people are beneath you and all that, I gotta be honest with you, you basically not happy. It's a false sense of happiness. Your self-esteem is in shock. Somebody with high self-esteem, and there's a thin line to people that's basically thinking that they're better than somebody versus the person that knows that they're worthy. They don't need to prove anything to anybody. They're not trying to gain anything from other people. What I'm trying to say is they're not putting somebody down for them to be up. There's a difference. Some of us get this twisted very easily. Somebody and they know they are worthy. They are worthy within their own self. They have the love and appreciation. They attract many great things in life. Compare this part to that I'm looking down on somebody. I have a lot of money. What do you have? Not only your own ego wrapped you up in a web, but you're basically defeating yourself. You're defeating yourself so badly is that when you lose all that attention that you crave for, what you wind up putting yourself in not a very good position. But you created that. You know, you got to take the responsibility for what you create. And then you wonder why I'm not happy. Because you put in an energy out there. Basically, you are pushing people away. So there's a difference between somebody knowing that they're worthy. They don't really need to prove anything to anybody. To the other individual that basically look down on somebody, thinking that people gotta worship them, and thinking that people gotta basically bow down to them, and feeling like they're in this pedestal. I'll tell you this, I don't think I want to be in that kind of pedestal. So that's the other part of the idea of celebrity, or paradigm. Okay? I think I pretty much cover a good number of stuff. I want to mention something here again, especially in the Western culture. Information gets out through the media and other, mainly on that point, but there are a lot of us share very similar points of view. And, when I start realizing that, when I used to hear actors, for example, talk about things going on around the U.S., whether it could be, let's say, a situation on crime, cops. police brutality. I realized, and I'm just using this as an example recently, that the celebrity, celebrities are in the forefront of their word being heard. But the things that they're talking about is the same thing that me and you talk about. And I'm just going to use this as an example, but through the years, I asked myself this question. The things that celebrities bring up, good points. It is like, I felt that other people that bring up the same point are not being heard, or they don't get the same attention that, that they bring up. And I realized that that's what I was, something I realized over the years. And then I know that the media and the tabloid is just a platform basically for mostly celebrities or high political figures. And one thing I had in the back of my mind, and even to this point, even to this day now, is that everybody that speaks about things, or they want to inspire the world, or they want to do something great, okay, their words, your words, are valuable. What you speak and the ideas you bring about, and you want to contribute to life, it is very valuable. And I just feel like the things that we created, like the tabloids and media, and we did create that, it creates another thing, which it caused, or what it does, it creates a discord within the public. It's a big separation between the quote unquote nobodies, or the regular John Does, to the people in Hollywood, that their words are spread around the world. It really, but then when people do talk about it, like, I think I've seen some people talk about it, their beloved fans, the celebrity fans, will just say, "Oh, you're just jealous." Yeah, you know what? That could be the case on that. But I need to say this for the record. For one, I really don't have no reason to be jealous of anybody. I need to put a spotlight on these things, because I just wanted to say to everybody that's listening to this clip that, again, your words are valuable. What you put out there and what you contribute to life, it is very important. And this idea of celebrity, I really feel like I really believe that it needs to transform into something different. I believe a lot of people, it's great to, well, let's just put it this way. I want to inspire people to be connected. And when I mean connected, I mean spiritually. I think a lot of people put out more and more about what's being said. It's very important. We all like to feel, or we all want to, be heard. It's about validation. We all want that. That's understandable. You don't need to gain something to be heard. You don't. You are like, literally, you are worthy. A lot of us, it's very important that we have to believe in this for ourselves. You know, there's so many. I mean, I could talk about a few more topics. I mean, there's things that, for example, in a magazine, I want to touch on this part right here about, this is for the women. And I realized over the years is that, for example, the makeup products, or any clothing, you know, whatever company that sells, or the maker of this particular clothing, you see a lot of known actresses. Well, the companies that really promote this stuff, they are literally banking on they're banking the fact that you don't have a lot of high self-esteem about yourself. And I'm going to explain really simple. You see, not all of us, a lot of us prop these celebrities so much that these companies know that. So they will basically pay these actors, okay, a lot of money, okay, to put or promote their product, okay? And they know that because you, the fans, you want to look, for example, you want to look like this person. And I'm going to go back, you know, and I'm talking more about the women, for example. You know, you ever heard of this keyword? Get the look? Like someone's wearing the hottest, she's wearing the hottest pants, those sneakers, hat, whatever. And it's just boom. She's in let's say she's in a front row seat in the NBA Finals. Boom. It's like advertisement. A brand within a brand, because somebody as a celebrity is a brand. So again, you got a brand within a brand. So they know that because you see certain things, you want to basically, you want to look just like this person. It suggests that for you to look really fly or look really attractive, you gotta look like this. You understand? You have to look a certain way. Now, we all get ideas how we dress and all that. That's okay. I'm just going to throw this out there just for you to think. And I believe you understand what I'm talking about. And about the physical appearance, like your body, you know, you got, oh man, it's like, you got basically tabloids, basically, they'll just talk about she gained 100 pounds and she looked a certain way. They try to balance it out to put well-known actors and actresses and or just anybody else that's non-actors, whatever, and they'll just put it like she lost whatever. But I really see more that they're suggesting more about basically, again, it's all about somebody's famous. It's all about, you know, people want to gravitate to that person. People want to look like this person. People want to be skinny like this person. I just got to say this, and my advice, especially to the ladies, my advice to you is to appreciate who you are. If you want to look like the best you, and again, I'm going to emphasize, the best you, okay? Then just be it. Just work on it. Every moment to moment in your life. Appreciate, adore yourself. Don't worry about how I can look like her. I mean, if you want to admire somebody, that's great. I just want to emphasize is that be the best you. Not, I gotta look like her. I gotta be a cookie cutter. I gotta look like her. I like to have the same hair, the same body, just like her. No. I inspire you, just be the best you. Every moment to moment in your life. A lot of us, sometimes we get wrapped up on basically in the idea of celebrity so much that we lose ourselves. Not permanently, but, momentarily. We either get wrapped up and try to look like this person because this person looks all hip and all that, and you figure that, wow, for me to get that girl of my dream, or to have a lot of friends, or people think I'm cool, I gotta look like this. I know a lot of us, we do mimic each other. I know that. I see that. For one, I dress casual. I'm not trying to look like anybody else. I'm just looking like myself. That's me. I could be creative more. I could do certain things, but I'm looking more myself. I'm not trying to copy somebody. And if you want to do that, that's your prerogative. All I'm just saying, the purpose of my clip on this is for people to show appreciation within themselves. And yes, and also about when you look down on somebody and you think you're better than somebody, and you get yourself wrapped up within your own ego, you're basically lowering yourself. And if you prop somebody up and you're worshiping somebody, meaning like they're better than you, you are also lowering yourself. I inspire everybody, all of us, to create a new type of media. I like to see more, and this is what I envision, more and more people's words are being heard. Validation is very important. But I just want to say this, and this is for my own self as well. If you want to go about being or shown or get noticed, just make sure that you're not trying to get approval of others. And I'm not just saying this to you, but I'm saying this to myself. That can sometimes sneak in there. We always tend to try to get approval from others. It's a little different. What I'm trying to say is that when I say before to be that validation is basically like, I'm going to say this for myself. I am valid. I am validation. Everything I am. That's it. Whether you disagree with it or not, I am valid. That's it. It's the feeling. It's how you feel inside about yourself. Because if you feel about yourself that you're so important, you love yourself so much, you will attract the things that you prefer. So, I just want to just cover those things, and, it's just really important. I believe that it's best to create a new media system, something that's more for everybody. Everybody's words are important. Your words are important. You just got to know it. And I'm not just saying it because I approve of your message. You just got to it's kind of, you know what? It is a marriage. Yes, you want people to say that, hey, I appreciate what you said. It's the appreciation. I like that too. I like people appreciating what I do for them. It's a great energy. So yeah, but what I'm trying to say, just don't rely on that alone. That, without people's approval, you're nobody. without people giving you support, or without your fans, you don't have your fans or whatever. Do not allow that to crumble you. You are important no matter what. No matter what anybody say, you are important. That's it. You don't need to sacrifice. You don't need to earn anything. You alone are enough. So yeah, I just want to express, I really believe that you listen to this clip, that you're inspired. And, on my Twitter handle is I am Creso. And I just inspired people with unconventional ideas. I do talk a lot about politics, and I do talk a lot about religion. I talk about a lot of I just basically want to inspire people. Or let's just say remind people that they are important. That is one of the reasons why I chose to come to Earth. It's because I've seen greatness in people. And I am grateful to be here to express my heart to everybody that's listening. It doesn't have to be this way, that you're down there and a person's up there, or you knocking somebody else down just for the fact that you need to fulfill your own ego. It doesn't have to be that way. We are all important. Every one of us are worthy. Every one of us are unique of how we express ourselves, the feeling, everything. Everybody contribute. Everyone have their own role. Everybody doing everything what they enjoy doing. It's not about I'm better than this person or this person's better than me. It's not about that. Life is much bigger than that. You are life. These things, the ego thing about someone's better than you and I'm better than them, I'm going to say this. That idea, those ideas are beneath you. I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about these ideas, these egotistic ideas. Those are beneath you. Take the responsibility and align yourself to the life that you prefer. Do the things that you enjoy doing. I inspire you not to get caught up in trying to compete with somebody, or try to out somebody, or try to get whatever. I want to cover this too. You know, there are some people, some mainstream celebrities that, and I did cover this earlier, about basically rely on their fans or how many people that's around them. I understand about the whole idea about celebrities' image. There are celebrities that's so scared about image so much that they have image consultants. I find that absolutely funny. But I cannot possibly imagine I have an image consultant. I honestly can't imagine that. But that's people's prerogative. I'm just going to break this down on this paradigm. And it's also an ego thing. And I'm going to explain it very carefully, okay? It's like, I heard this recently on Twitter, or I read it somewhere on Twitter. You got these mainstream celebrities. They tried to, I don't think this didn't last too long, but it was it was talked about. How many people was following them, and one trying to get more followers than the other person. It was like so ridiculous. That's just my take on it. It's like, wow. I'm like, what else? I mean, that's it? I felt that life is much more bigger than that. How many followers I have. And because it's based on how many followers you have on Twitter, that makes you more than what you are. So you need numbers of fans. Or let's just say, well, you know, it's been it kind of got on the spotlight that a lot of these mainstream media, mainstream celebrities, they buy followers, and 3/4 of the followers are not actually real. So there goes that, you know, campaign about how many followers I have. Anyway, point is that some celebrities rely on certain things so much that without those things, they feel like they're nobody. It's like, it's really sad. It does remind me of somebody in high school. They do all kinds of things to get attention. And if nobody pay that person no mind, oh, forget about it. Oh my gosh. You know, remember I talk about validation. People want to be noticed. There's certain ways to go about it. And again, I'm repeating myself in different things. You go about, the minute you wake up, you feel confident in yourself. You're so confident, so blindly. I don't know if that sounds right, but I don't care. But you're so confident that things will just literally attracted to you. I'm not gonna say anything, some fancy word or anything like that, because, or I gotta explain things so complicated, because it's really not. It's very simple. A lot of us complicate things because of the egotistic mind. Things is very simple in life. How you feel about yourself, how you interact with people, people feeling and knowing that they are worthy. You don't need to do all kinds of crazy things to get attention. You don't have to. You don't. If you want to, then go ahead. So yeah, I just wanted to. I think I cover a good amount of ground on celebrity, and yeah, I mean, it's to prop them up and tear them down. And then you got ones that look down on you because they feel in their own mind like they're better than you. Not everyone's like that. I'm not saying everybody in Hollywood are arrogant people. No, they're not. There are some people that go around a certain way. Again, it goes on. It's no matter what side you could be someone in Hollywood and someone that's not in Hollywood. If you go around with a negative energy, or you throw a certain energy out, you're going to attract things that you don't prefer. You're going to find yourself incredibly miserable. That's just it, you know? So I want to say that for everybody, no matter if you're in Africa, the continent of Africa, India, China, Canada, Mexico, the South Pole, the North Pole, US, wherever. I want to say that everything you're doing in life, you're contributing in life, no matter, you could be inspiring people on Twitter, posting great things on Facebook, doing whatever you like to do. I want to say that everything you're doing is well appreciated, and that you are important. And one last thing to close out. Before I close out, I do envision myself as one of the beings to revolutionize this world. I'm not the only one, but I'm just one of the beings. I am one of the beings to revolutionize this world because I see greatness in people. All right, that's it. Thank you so much. And until then, I will be back with another great topic. Take care.